Pollen tube fertilization. The purpose. The purpose of this project was to see which flowers can produce the most pollen tubes and which flowers have the least pollen count. We did this project in a course of 6 weeks, and we tested each different flower in each different solution. And now for the types of flowers. The types of flowers that we used in this experiment were the snapdragons, wedding bells, lilacs, and bird of paradise. During this experiment, we had 7 flasks and 7 microscopes, and in each flask there was H2O, 1 gram of salt, 5 grams of salt, 10 grams of salt, 1 gram of sugar, 5 grams of sugar, and 10 grams of sugar. And what we did, we took the pollen from each flower, put it in with one of the flasks, and then got a pipette, and then put the mixture onto a slide, and then put it under the microscope, and analyzed about the pollen tubes or with the sperm bursting the next day we came back. Now for the results of each flower were different. So starting with the snapdragon results were not what we expected. We did not get any pollen tubes or any bursting at all in any of the 7 mixtures. We tested about 4 different kinds of snapdragons in a week, and we saw the same results. For the wedding bells, they were a different story. There were many wedding bells that had pollen tubes, but there were even more wedding bells that had the sperm bursting within them. And each time we tested, we got a bigger and better result. Now, for the result of the lilac. They were in the medium section. There were about more bursting than pollen tubes, if any, over the course of the week that we tested about 6 lilacs. The bird of paradise. The results for the bird of paradise were very satisfying. We had many pollen tubes and many bursting. It was very easy to get the pollen out of the bird of paradise, so this is why we believe that it has the best results. And now for the conclusion. In the beginning of this project, we wanted to see which flower would have the most pollen tubes and most sperm counts. And the winner was the bird of paradise. And as I said earlier, it was very easy to get the pollen out of the bird of paradise than any other flower. So I think since we had more pollen to work with and more pollen to put in the mixture, that the bird of paradise won. And the hardest flower would have had to be the lilac, which was the smallest flower too. So it was very hard to get the pollen out. But that's our project, and thank you for watching this video on pollen tube fertilization by me, Aurora Solis.